everyone. I hope that you're blessed and that you're all doing well. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the 3 things that you can do if you find that you are struggling to make friends and if you find that you lack quality relationships in your life. Before we get into this discussion, subscribe to this channel. Also, like this video and share this video. As always, I do appreciate your support of this channel and what I'm doing over here in this space. Thank you. Now let's get into the topic of friends, friendships, and making friends. I decided to do this video because I have come across a number of articles and some studies regarding what's happening today in the world and what they are calling the loneliness epidemic. It's hard to believe in a world of billions of people that it's hard for so many of us to make friends, to find friends, and to make genuine connections, right? But they're saying it's a problem in the 21st century, and it could be because of a number of reasons that I could think of. But there are many people out here today who are struggling to make friends, who feel very much alone, who are by themselves, and it's really taking a toll. It can happen. It can have a really negative impact on people, not having these very essential and quality relationships in our lives. It can have a negative impact on our health, on our lifespan. This is pretty serious stuff. So we want to make sure that, we make an effort and that we do all that we can to maintain and to have the quality relationships in our lives that I say we deserve, right? So let's get into those 3 things, suggestions that I have if you happen to be struggling in this area. And I just want to encourage you and let you know that you are not alone. So many people out there, so many of us are struggling, especially those of us who are like myself, who are introverts, and it's hard for us to get out there, and we really enjoy our solitude. And it could be a struggle depending on your personality type, right? But relationships are essential. Friendships are very essential and very useful, and things that we need in our lives. So let's get into those 3 things. So if you happen to be struggling in this area, the first thing I want you to do, if you're not already doing it, is to make sure that you put yourselves in a group and in a community of shared interests, right? So it's easier to meet friends when you're in an environment where you have a bunch of people who enjoy doing the things that you do, who believe in the things that you believe in, right? Who are for the causes that you believe in, right? So, it doesn't matter what you're into, right? It's just easier to find a friend who enjoys doing the things that you do, right? And it's easier to talk to them and to make that connection, right? So I will encourage you, if you're not already doing this, please join a community or group. It doesn't necessarily have to be in person. It helps if it's in person, right? But it could be virtual. I could tell you right now, I've made some amazing connections and some great connections with some wonderful people on Instagram that I have yet to meet in person, right? But they're great people, right? So you can definitely make virtually and online these great connections with others, right? But I'm the type of person I prefer to make connections in person. Although I'm an introvert, that's weird, right? But I prefer to make those connections in person. In-person connections are very important, but you can make great connections with people online as well. So just make sure you sign up for these groups. So whatever activities that you're into, hobbies that you have, things that you do. So if you're an athlete and let's say you like running marathons, there are groups and groups that go out and that they train together that you can join and meet friends that way. And if you are religious and you are a person of faith, there are so many faith groups and religious communities that you can join, events that you could sign up and become a part of, and you can meet people that way too, right? Hobbies that you may have, whatever you like to do, for instance, I'm an artist, so for me to make those connections as an artist, I probably require me to get back into the studio and sign up for some classes, right? That's like in-person stuff, or join some sort of forum where we can talk about art, or if you're into movies or whatever the hobby is that you have and the thing that you enjoy doing. Trust me, there's other people in the world that enjoy the exact same thing, right? So even if it's a situation of a cause that you are passionate about, maybe you're passionate about eradicating homelessness or hunger in the world, or you're passionate about the environment or about the political party that you're a part of, there are groups to support that, and that you may find some very good friends. Or if you're passionate about lifestyle and your health, or even if you love makeup, there are people out there who love makeup just as much as you do, or you love shopping, or whatever it is that you're in. There are communities there for you. If you like indie films and foreign films, or language communities, or if you travel groups, there are just so many different types of communities, or book clubs. I've met, once again, I've met some great women in the book club that I'm in right now. So there are groups out there, there are communities out there for you. And if you join those communities, it's a good chance you're going to find some friends. So that's one thing that you can do. The next thing is, and this is a tough one, it's important that we work on ourselves, right? So if we want quality relationships and friendships that's going to last, it's important that, whatever's toxic that's inside of us, whatever that's in us, and that's a part of us that's not serving us, that's harmful, that could poison a relationship. These are things that we need to work on removing and healing. A lot of us need to be on a healing journey right now. So many of us have suffered trauma and experienced so much pain, and they have left scars, and we don't communicate well as a result from them. And we have certain traits and certain qualities and we have put up walls because we've been hurt and gone through certain traumas. It's important for us to go through that healing journey. We have to heal if we're gonna make friends and make good connections, right? Because if we don't heal in these places, it can have a very negative impact on our personal relationships and on our friendships and romantic relationships as well, right? So it's very important that we do the healing work, and we need to ask ourselves, would I want to be friends with me? I hope the answer is yes, right? We will want to be friends with ourselves, right? So we have to be the friend that we want in our lives. And it starts with doing the inner work and making sure that we work on ourselves. I'll share something personal. I'm currently working on my communication skills and communicating better and more clearly, and being more upfront. Now, some people who know me that might be watching this right now, they may already think that I'm pretty direct. I can be, but I do need to work on my communications and my communication skills. And that will be helpful to me in my relationships. So definitely find those areas that you need improvement in. We all need to improve in some way and in some area, whether it be our attitudes, whatever it is that could be a potential thing that could poison a relationship or poison a good friendship. Work on those things, so if it could be things like, if you find yourself that you happen to be a talkative person, that you happen to interrupt, it may not be on purpose or out of, being, it's just part of what you do. If you notice that, and it could be off-putting to some people, it might be something that you might want to work on. Or if you are a little too quiet, if you don't talk enough, these are things that, you might want to be a little bit more assertive in certain situations, or share a little bit more, or be quiet a little bit more, whatever it is that you think you need to work on, right? Or even those deeper things that are going on within you, right? That could possibly be a hindrance in a relationship. But at the end of the day, we all need to work on ourselves so we can be better in relationships and better friends in relationships. We want to answer yes to that question. Would I want to be my own friend? You want that to be a resounding yes, because it matters. What's happening on the inside and happening with us matters, right? Because at the end of the day, we do attract. People attract to us based on what's in us, So we attract who we are, right? And the people that we attract in our lives will co-sign the things that we believe about ourselves. So we attract who we are, and we have to make sure also, I want to add, that we have the right belief systems and the right beliefs about ourselves, right? So that's going back to working on yourself. So if you believe that, you're not good enough, or if you believe certain things about yourself that's negative, and if you hold on to that belief, and if you don't kill that belief and remove it out of you, what's going to happen if you maintain that belief? You're going to attract people into your life that's just going to confirm it, right? So it might start off great. You might meet somebody and they may look like they could be a great friend and you're having a good time with them, but after a while, because you didn't heal, and because you basically attracted what you didn't heal, they're going to start to treat you like you're not enough, and basically confirm that false belief about yourself. So it's very important, because it does impact who we attract to us when we do not heal in the areas that we need to heal in. So definitely work on yourself. The next thing is, this might seem a little loopy and a little out there, but for those of you who don't practice it, but I say manifest. Practice manifestation. And I mean manifest by your thoughts. Thoughts are powerful. Thoughts are important. So definitely you can manifest good people in your life by thinking about them, although you haven't met them yet. I know it sounds a little weird, but I have done this. I have manifested good people in my life by just thinking about not a particular person, but the type of person that I want in my life. So it's very easy for us in our minds and in our heads to think about the things that we don't want. That's real easy for us to do, right? Think about the negative things and the fact that, we don't have the quality relationships in our lives, or we don't have the friends that we would like in our lives, and the people to do things with us, right? So it's real easy to gravitate towards those thoughts. And it's usually in the forefront of our mind. But I want to invite you to interrupt that thought with a thought of, let me think about the type of people and the type of person, the type of friend that I do want. So begin to manifest those qualities and in that person that's not there yet. But as we begin to manifest that, the type of friend that we do want, those people will begin to come into our path, right? So if you want a friend who is compassionate, who's thoughtful, who you have things in common with, who you can trust, who you can talk to, who's loyal, who has your back, right? Who will protect you, who will be there for you when you need them. Start thinking about these people, or the person, the friend that you want in your life, and imagine yourself with that type of friend. And as you do this exercise, you begin to manifest these people in your life. But if you're continually thinking about what you don't have and the lack of friends and friendships and quality relationships, that's what you're going to continue to have. But when you think about, even when they're not here yet, but when you think about them, they will come. So that's all I want to share with you in this video. Put yourself into a community or to a group of shared interest. You may find friends that way. Work on yourself. The inner work will attract the right people to you, and begin to manifest by thinking on the type of person and friend that you want in your life. Take care. God bless, and I will see you in the next video.